Challenge, without fail, we kind of get the same questions on the Facebook group or in messages or email, so we're going to cover those right now. Now, the first one is water. Water is essential for health, essential for fat loss, and is essential for your progress on our plan. So we recommend half your body weight in water as a minimum. So minimum half your body weight in water in ounces. So if you were 150 pounds, that is 75 ounces of water. Now, a lot of you are saying, holy cow, that's a lot of water, and I don't drink that much water. You need to be drinking that much water if you want to be healthy, if you want to have optimal fat loss in our plan. And ultimately, you're going to be sweating a lot because you're going to be working out. So we need to replenish water. Sometimes clients don't feel so good. It's because they're not drinking enough water. Now, if you're going to be working out early mornings, you need to ensure that you're coming in fairly hydrated, ideally hydrated, to your workouts. Now, if you're a 5 a.m.er, that means you might have to pound 20 ounces of water before you come to the facility. And yes, that may mean you need to use the bathroom before your workouts, and that's okay. Now, what does hydration actually look like? Usually, if you were to go to the bathroom, that means your urine should be slight yellow to clear. If it's not slight yellow to clear and it's really dark, you're dehydrated and you're doing yourself a disservice, so drink your water. Next is going to be veggies. Now, we always get this question. You should be eating vegetables every meal. So again, every meal, whether you're eating 4 times, 5 times, or 6 times, you need to have veggies at every meal, or at least attempt to have veggies. There's a lot of easy ways to sneak vegetables into your stuff. Now, with that though, there is free veggies, which those are the veggies I'm talking about, and then there's going to be vegetables that you actually have to count towards your carbohydrate source. So make sure that when you look at the list, what's a free veggie, and then what's the other vegetables that you're going to have to count as a carbohydrate source.
Shakes. So the big question we always have for people is, honestly, the number one complaint the first couple weeks is I can't eat all this food, right? That's why we give you protein shakes or shake supplements, is to help you hit your macros and not have to constantly be eating food all the time, right? So especially if you're somebody who's on the go or needs something quick that they can bring with them, shakes are a great way to do that. And most people on our plan use protein shakes, to be honest. Now, we recommend you eat whole foods. If you can eat 5 whole food meals a day and you're eating 5 meals, awesome, do that. But if you need to have shakes, we limit you to the amount of shakes you can have. So if you're eating 4 meals and that means you can only have 2 shakes. So half of your meals can be shakes, okay? Same thing, 6 meals, 3. If you're eating 5 meals, I would say 2 shakes. I would not go 2.5 to 3. I would say 2 shakes. And the reason is again, whole foods are going to sustain you for longer, keep you fuller for longer, and they're overall just better nutritionally for your body. As we go into the next thing, coffee. Coffee is probably one of the biggest things that most people struggle with. And most of the time, the reason that people struggle with coffee is because they drink their coffee instead of their water, right? They start their day with coffee and it takes them an hour and a half before they're drinking their water. That's why we try to limit the coffee. Now, if you are going to have coffee, there's a few ways that you can have it that still make it really good. So I'm a huge coffee drinker, and my coffee has to taste like candy, okay? So I'm with you if you're a cream and sugar person. I feel your pain. We got some great ways to really fix that for you. If you're a black coffee drinker, you're in the best shape right now, okay? But ultimately, if you're a cream and sugar person, heavy whipping cream, fat source, great fat source. Put some in your coffee with some unsweetened some stevia, and you're going to be good to go. If you don't want to use heavy whipping cream, use a little bit less fat content, unsweetened almond milk is where it's at. Now, the other thing that we found for people is a lot of people actually like doing their protein with their coffee and mixing that in and then pouring their coffee in on top of it. You get a great kind of like latte, cappuccino, very sweet flavor to the coffee, and you're still hitting your macros with that. So that's really, really important. And then the next thing, again, and this is the big one for people, is booze, right? So, well, I have a glass of wine every night. Not anymore. Honestly, the way that it works, guys, is alcohol is bad for you, not only because of the calories and the empty calories that you're taking in, but also how it affects your cortisol levels. But the most important thing is on our program, we count everything we're putting in our mouths. And drinking alcohol counts, right? So the only time you're allowed to have alcohol in our program is during a free meal or a cheat meal, which we will cover in your plan going forward.
So no booze. There's a lot of people that, we go over it and then they say, what about alcohol? And he just covered it. You can go a week without booze. If you really truly want to be successful on your plan, if you truly want to be healthy, if you truly want to change your life over the next 12 weeks, you're going to have to eliminate or just get rid of the booze altogether. Now, condiments. So condiments can really start to add up, and one thing you'll hear us talk about is every little bit counts and every little bit adds up. So a lot of people put a ton of condiments or just a little extra of this or a little extra of that, and they don't really realize how much it truly adds up. But over the course of a week, over the course of a month, we're talking probably, you know, a couple pounds, 3-4 pounds of extra calories that you're putting into your body. We'd rather you just take it off your body as opposed to putting it in your body. So our rule with this is with condiments, preferably there's no sugar, there's no extra carbohydrates. Sometimes it's hard to eliminate. So the rule is 2 grams of sugar or less per serving, and stick to 1 serving of it. There's a lot of people that will, well, there's only 2 grams of whatever in it, and then you have like 5 servings of it. Well, then you just ate 10 grams of extra carbohydrates. You just put in an extra 50 calories in your body, and then you do that over meal, over meal, over meal, over meal. It truly adds up. So try to reduce the amount of condiments you're having, and there's a condiment list, so stick to the list and really avoid the sugars and all the extra added stuff in those. Now, supplements. You have a full supplement guide. We're not going to go into details on the supplement, but before you order your supplements, please read the guide. Everything we do, there's a why behind it and why you should be having that. So make sure you read the supplement guide before you purchase those supplements.